Hi everybody, this is Tammy with the Forgiveness Connection, and I'm coming to you live for your episode number 56 of Forgiveness on the Fly. Today I've got a little bit of a disclaimer because our topic today is going to be experiencing a traumatic event. So I just want to say that that's a really hard forgiveness aspect to go through on your own. So if you're at your home alone, I'd recommend asking a friend or a trusted family member to sit with you while you watch this video or while you walk through the forgiveness statements on this. And it may be something that you need to come in and see me or another professional to help walk through. Traumatic events are just that. They're traumatic. And although in my office, I often say that the definition of a traumatic event is anything that felt bad when you were experiencing it based on what you were going through. So one person's trauma may not feel like someone else's. Today, I'm actually talking about significant events like an attempted suicide, a terrible car wreck where someone loses their life, a rape, a shooting, a near-death experience, a robbery, an assault, a significant injury where you lose a limb or you're very injured. So these are the big traumas of your life. Hopefully you've not had any of them. I know that many of us have. So that's what I'm going to walk you through today. I want to make sure you have the support that you need. So if you don't feel comfortable walking through this right now, turn off your Facebook. Don't watch this right now. And call me or get a trusted friend or a counselor to walk through it with you. So we're going to go ahead and do some affirmations I would do in the office with a client that comes in and they want to work on a significant traumatic event from their life. So let's go ahead and begin. I forgive myself for believing I can't get over this and nobody understands what I've been through. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for anything I deemed my fault in this traumatic event that may or not really be my fault based on somebody else's actions. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for not understanding why this horrible thing happened to me and why I had to be a part of this. Take a deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing I can't change or let go of this trauma. The only thing that could change it would be going back and not having to go through it. Deep breath in. I forgive the person that hurt me. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for my actions that hurt another person or even took their life. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for the heaviness I feel, the guilt and the shame that I feel involving this accident, this trauma event. Deep breath in. I forgive the circumstances around this trauma, the things I didn't pay attention to before it happened, the things I can't remember from during the event, and the way my body shut down afterwards and I couldn't function. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing it's my fault that I couldn't get away. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing I can't love and accept myself with this as part of my story. Deep breath in. I forgive this trauma for changing everything about me and everything about my life and taking away my joy and happiness to live. Deep breath in. I forgive the people involved in this trauma that caused me secondary trauma when they made me tell my story again. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for the times I, as a person trying to help someone else, re-traumatize them by making them tell their story again. Deep breath in. I forgive this traumatic event for stealing my life from me, for putting me on a trajectory of pain and sadness and hurt that I don't think I can overcome. Take a deep breath in. I forgive the trauma for becoming part of me and my identity that's wrapped up in this traumatic event that I can't let go of. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing if I let go of the traumatic event that I went through, I won't hold the same significant space in my family. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for identifying so much with this traumatic event that letting go of it seems impossible to me. It might mean that I have to let go of the child I lost. It might mean I have to let go of the relationship I lost. It might mean I have to let go of the pain that has become my life ever since this traumatic event. Deep breath in. I forgive the traumatic event for trying to destroy me, for taking the joy that I had once, and for forever shaping me for my future. Deep breath in. I say yes to the trauma, to the really bad thing that happened to me, to the death, to the rape, to the car accident, to the near-death experience, to the shooting, to the robbery, to the assault, to the injury that changed my life, to the suicide attempt. And I call up all of the pain associated with my traumatic event. I call it out of every cell of my mind, every cell of my body and my spirit, and I release it to the divine love of God. And I pray peace and healing from Him over my traumatic event. Deep breath in. Without holding space for this traumatic event like it's now a part of me, I'm free to open massive space where I can let go of the event and the loss and cling to my survival, cling to the time I got, cling to the peace and hope and belief and faith that there is healing on the other side of this trauma. Deep breath in. Without holding space for the trauma and the identity it created in me, I'm free to return to the person I was before the trauma. I won't forget that traumatic event, but certainly I can operate out of love and forgiveness and peace and being on the other side of that traumatic event. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for anything I still feel like is my fault. How I didn't notice what was happening around me, how I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, how I didn't take care of my body, how my actions led to someone else's injury or hurt or death. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, I'm free to step into a new space as somebody that overcame this traumatic event and is surviving on the other side of it. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, I can love and accept myself moving forward in my life. I can believe that there is a learning space within the traumatic event. I can also acknowledge if this was an event that completely happened to me and someone else harmed me in a physical way, that I was in no way at fault, that I don't have to blame myself, and I can forgive myself for this terrible thing that happened to me that I I don't understand why it happened to me. And deep breath in. Without this pattern, I can love and accept myself, moving forward in my life, putting one foot in front of the other, not focusing on the trauma memories, but focusing on any good, any growth, any healing, any love that it's helped me recognize for myself or for others. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, I can raise my level of acceptance to acknowledging out loud that forgiving a person that has wronged me in a really horrific way is not forgiveness for that person. It is forgiveness for myself, forgiveness for my own soul. And that opens massive space where I'm not holding them hostage for what they did to me. I'm opening space for God to right the wrongs and his vengeance, not mine. Deep breath in. Without this pattern of holding on to and clinging to this traumatic event and the identity it created inside me, I'm free to open massive space where I can go back to being the person I was before the trauma happened. I can love myself. I can root myself in God's promises and remember that when he created me, divinely created me and placed me in my mother's womb, even though she didn't always get it right and my dad didn't always get it right, God said I was good, I was wanted, I was valued and treasured, and nothing can change that, not even traumatic events. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, I'm free. I can love myself. I can move forward. I can offer myself grace. And I can continue raising my level of acceptance, which is like convincing myself that it's okay to forgive that perpetrator, that person who wronged me. It doesn't mean their actions are justified. It doesn't let them off the hook. It takes me out of the middle space where God rights the wrongs, not me. Vengeance is not mine, it's his. And deep breath in. Let's take one more deep breath in, everybody. That was a heavy one today, guys. That was for me. And if that was for you, great job walking through that with me today. I hope you had somebody there to love you and support you. And if you didn't, I'm here. You can reach out. I'd love to call you, have a conversation, and help you walk through the forgiveness on that traumatic event even more in depth. This is Tammy, guys, with the Forgiveness Connection. Remember, I've got the Holistic Counseling Center in downtown Somerville, and I love to come to you and do these forgiveness on the flies just to help you walk through tough stuff in life. If you'd like a forgiveness card, let me know. I can mail one out to you. I've got a forgiveness card that kind of helps you walk through the events that are toughest for you to heal from. Don't forget, guys, healing and forgiveness really is the key to moving forward in your life with physical healing, emotional healing, and spiritual healing. Stay tuned tomorrow for another episode of Forgiveness on the Fly. I hope you guys have a great night.